Hello everyone. I wanted to show you a get to know you activity that I came up with that I'm calling Equations of Me. And it is something that we can use remotely or in a face-to-face environment where we can't be close to each other. And I would say that it could be used in grades 1 and higher. In kindergarten, students still haven't begun to really write much in the way of number sentences beyond numbers within 5. And so they may not be able to incorporate some larger numbers with them, but it is possibly you could still have an activity where they explore numbers that are important to them. So this is what I came up with my name. It could be colored or not, fancier than this or not, depending on what it is that you want to do in your classroom. So let's look at some numbers that I found important to me. You can stipulate how many numbers you want students to use or not. That's really up to you. But I have some numbers here. So 2 is the numbers of countries that I have lived in. 4 is the number of people in my family currently. It's my husband and my 2 children. But 5 is the number of people in my family when I was growing up. 0 is the number of pets that I have. 14 is the number of countries that I have visited. And 3 is the number of books that I'm currently reading at the same time. So these are all numbers that are important to me. And as you can see, I've drawn arrows between the 2 numbers with the arrows going in both directions. And I've connected most of the numbers with more than one other number. Again, that's up to you and how you would like to do that in your classroom. But now I'm going to task students with drawing or writing equations that connect these 2 numbers. And if we want to get very tricky with some other older students, we could have them connect all the way across. So it's really up to you and what kind of challenge you want to put in front of your students for them to kind of explore in that first couple of days or first day. So let's look at some examples of what that might look like. I'm going to give you some that kind of run the gamut of students depending on the age of kids that you have in front of you. So let's look at the first one. So if we look here with 2 and 3, if I'm a younger student, I might think about just, if I'm in first grade, I might think about 2 plus 1 equals 3. Or I could think about 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Or if I'm going in the other direction towards the 2, I could have 3 minus 1 equals 2. Or, a little more pencil, 3 times 4 minus 10 equals 2. So that's one way to think about that. So then let's look at another number that the 3 is connected to. If we look at 3 and 14, I could consider that to be 14 minus 11 equals 3. Or I could look at it as 3x plus 2 equals 14. If I were to think about connecting 14 and 4, I might look at it as 14 minus 10 equals 4. Or if I am in maybe 7th or 8th grade, I might want to bring some negative numbers into it. So I might say that negative 4 times negative 4 minus 2 equals 14. So these are just all different ways that we can work on connecting the numbers that are important to us. And it helps us see what students know, what numbers they're comfortable with, what operations they're comfortable with. If we had older students, we could let them incorporate decimals or fractions, both in the numbers that are represented here and in their equations to show what they know about connecting these numbers. So I'd love to see what you come up with yourself. Try one and post it in the comments